Rubio describes the U.S. and Israeli operation targeting Iran's missile program and Navy, and he says even more is on the way.
We're going to really begin to perceive a change in the scope and in the intensity of these attacks as, frankly, the two most powerful air forces in the world take apart this terroristic regime and defang it and take away its ability to threaten its neighbors.
Rubio also says it was President Trump's decision to act after appearing to suggest yesterday that Israel was poised to strike, forcing the president's hand. President Trump says he might have forced Israel's hand, and that he believes striking first prevented an attack by Iran.
We were having negotiations with these lunatics, and it was my opinion that they were going to attack first. They were going to attack if we didn't do it.
The president speaking during a White House meeting with the German chancellor. Secretary of State Rubio taking questions before heading into a Senate briefing on Iran. Also telling reporters more than 9,000 Americans have left the Middle East in the past few days, and around 1,600 are currently requesting assistance. The State Department working on military and charter flights where commercial flights are not an option. France now sending an aircraft carrier to the Mediterranean to help protect allied assets. President Trump says if necessary, the U.S. Navy will start escorting tankers through the Strait of Hormuz, where a fifth of the world's oil passes. As oil prices rise, gas prices spiking overnight in the U.S., up 11 cents per gallon in AAA's average.
Gas prices were already rising before the U.S. launched strikes on Iran because refiners are switching to summer blends of fuel. And then crude oil prices rose sharply because of the Iran conflict and concerns the war will disrupt production and delivery.
Fox's Jenny Cosola. President Trump says he thinks oil prices will drop once fighting ends. The Dow finishing down 403 points at the bell after dropping more than 1,000 this morning. America's listening to Fox News.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
After reports the U.S. consulate in Dubai was hit by a drone, Secretary Rubio just confirming it was a parking lot nearby that got hit. This follows a drone attack on the U.S. embassy in Saudi Arabia. But a senior U.S. military source tells Fox's Jennifer Griffin waves of Iranian missiles have slowed down significantly.
And that is likely because of the joint U.S.-Israeli strikes on those missile launchers. The drones is a different story because they are much harder to detect and easier to launch from the backs of trucks and disguise those launches.
Earlier today, Israel going after more high-ranking Iranians.
A senior Israeli official has told Fox News that Iran's assembly of experts has been hit by an airstrike, just as the Council of Senior Shia Clerics was voting to choose Iran's next supreme leader. Images appear to show the building in the city of Qom has been severely damaged. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia is understood to be very close to sending its air force to strike targets in Iran. Fox News has been told that an Iranian attack on Daman, the fifth largest Saudi city, is being seen as crossing a line.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Minnesota takes the Trump administration to court over frozen Medicaid payments.
The lawsuit seeks a temporary restraining order after Vice President J.D. Vance said last week that the administration would
temporarily halt certain amounts of Medicaid funding that are going to the state of Minnesota in order to ensure that the state of Minnesota takes its obligations seriously to be good stewards of the American people's tax money.
Fraud in Minnesota that federal prosecutors have alleged could top $9 billion. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Minnesota warning it may have to cut health care for low-income families if the funding is held back. Recapping stocks, the Dow drops more than 400, the NASDAQ down more than 200, but pairing heavier losses. I'm Lisa Brady. This is Fox News.
What? Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
This is the world premiere of the new intro song for you, sir, and from the office of Evan Stone. It's so new, not even I have heard it.
I know everything about sports, all of the sports. I know everything about sports, football, baseball, basketball. I know everything about sports, hockey, tennis, soccer, golf. I know everything about sports from the office of Evan Stone. I know everything about
All right, there it is. He knows everything about sports.
What the hell?
Oh, no. This is way better than I expected it to be.
What?
bocce ball.
Bocce ball.
Cricket? Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I had fun with this.
Are we just yelling?
Curling.
Curling!
Yeah, I said we got to get curling in there.
Hard!
Oh, that was satisfying yesterday. I enjoyed it a lot. It's ESPN Radio 93.5. Welcome into the drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. And the nephew is back in the studio with us. Nephew Cooper O'Kelly from the Champagne Room, our fine intern.
Yo.
He's back. Evan, how you doing today, man?
Well, we did that whole exercise yesterday, and immediately it's pointless.
Yeah, so yesterday was the debut of From the Office of Evan Stone. And Evan, the first thing you tackled was the Bears for 2026, and you talked about restructuring a contract. Apparently, Drew Dahlman heard that and was like, you know what? I'm out. I got my money. I'm out.
I'm going to get out while I can.
Drew Dahlman, in case you missed it, some breaking news from the Chicago Bears. The Pro Bowl center, who they just signed a year ago, free agent signing, informed the team that he is going to retire at the age of 27 and will no longer be a Chicago Bear. So
that changes everything.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Everything that the Bears want to now do this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Your interior of your offensive line now. It jumps to almost not the top of the list because defensive line was that bad, but your interior of your offensive line is incredibly important.
A $28 million guarantee was what Mr. Dahlman signed, and it's a look. I'm sure he has his reasons. And I'm sure we're going to find out plenty over the next couple of hours. But the immediate reaction is a big whoa from Bears fans and Bears insiders. And we're going to talk with one of our favorite Bears insiders about an hour from now, Chris Krasinski from Fox 32 Chicago. He's covering the story. We're going to get him on the phone with us and get the latest because there is a few members of the Bears front office that are going to meet with the media and talk about some of this. So we'll see what Chris can find out for us. We put in a couple of requests for some other folks to join us as well. But that is later on. Let's focus on tonight and the final Illini men's basketball game of the regular season.
At home.
At home. Yes. Thank you for yes.
Yes.
Get that right.
I think they're still going to play the Maryland game.
We'll
see what happens. But
I don't know. The weather's kind of crummy.
Yeah. Senior night tonight, and going to celebrate a couple of guys that honestly deserve being celebrated. And Kylan Boswell and Ben Humrickhouse and future Larry Geese employee AJ Red.
Think about that. You know, that's a pretty sweet gig you've got when you get to graduate. And Underwood talked about that yesterday. Yesterday's presser when he met with the media. He's the first person he talked about was AJ. He's like, yeah, he's gonna go work for Larry Geese and got a pretty sweet gig lined up at the U of I. That's was it 90% of college athletes don't play professional sports after college?
Oh, it's got to be higher than
that.
You know what I mean?
It's
got to be an insane.
Yeah, but that's pretty awesome for AJ. And Ben Humrickhouse getting celebrated tonight as well. And we'll celebrate here at the House of Humrickhouse on the drive. And, of course, Kylan Boswell getting to play one more time in front of his hometown. That's pretty cool, right? I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so huge favorites tonight. 18.5, I think, was the last line that I saw, which is it feels like a really big number.
Yeah.
But I know Oregon, especially when they travel east, are just a train wreck at the moment. So I think tonight will go a long way in just easing people's nerves, I think. And if you come out and just have a beatdown of this team and win by, if you
do
put them
that,
in the
you cover
dub
that,
club,
yeah.
like I think people are going to be able to take a little bit of a deep breath and okay.
Text already rolling in on the Max Twin City Recycling text line at 217-359-2255. Shout out to our guy Benny. He says hello to us, and he's hoping that the Illini get a W tonight against the Ducks. Our guy Joe in Springfield went to Texas Roadhouse the other night and was wondering how much money in the NIL Jay would be making. So what is it? He's got a photo of Jay Lehman he has sent in. What do you think Lehman would make in NIL? We'll have to ask him that the next time he's on.
He would have done well. I mean, he already sells everything.
That's true.
I mean, he's everywhere. He's all over my social media. He's all over my radio.
He's a wheeling and dealing man. And also, we got to talk Illini women's basketball, which we are about to do, sir. Dr. Thompson's going to join us, so if you want to preview that.
Yeah, so Big Ten women's basketball tournament starts tomorrow.
The first game for the Illini is tomorrow.
I know the Illini are tomorrow. I can't remember how many teams they have when they start. But the Illini will play tomorrow, and they're in Indianapolis. The men head up to Chicago. The women head over to Indianapolis, which honestly is an awesome city and facility to be at for a tournament. And so the Illini are the 10 seed, and they're kicking off against Wisconsin. And so on the phone lines right now, we got the one, the only, Mr. Dr. Daniel Thompson.
The doctor.
Who's been following this team pretty closely this year and is our go-to when it comes to trying to figure out what's going on. Daniel, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for jumping on. I know we got some limited time here, but you're headed over to Indy, at least for tomorrow and hopefully for an extended stay. What is this team looking for as they run into this women's tournament right now?
Well, they're looking to play what is ideally their most complete basketball of the entire season. The thing that has happened to them a lot is they've had single-digit losses to 5 ranked Big Ten opponents this year, including multiple by less than 2 possessions. So when I talked today to Jasmine Brown-Haggard, to Barry Wallace, to Shauna Green, that was a big piece of the conversation is just, hey, what does it look like to put an entire effort together? Because they are capable of competing with anyone. It's just a matter of when is this young, literally the youngest team in the Big Ten, going to put it all together for an entire performance in a big game.
Well, Doctor, I want to ask you about some cool news that came out. Not just when we're looking ahead to the tournament, but some celebration for this team today because there were a few awards passed out. Barry Wallace, first team coaches and unanimous. I'm trying to stumble over my words for all Big Ten. Excuse me. Sarah Parchment got an honorable mention. Destiny Jackson, the all freshman team. So there's plenty of firepower going into the postseason. Do you see the Illini switching anything up headed in, or you kind of rolling with what you've had so far from Coach Shauna Green, which has been successful overall?
Yeah, I think they're rolling with what they've got, and the continuity matters. And Gretchen Dolan just underwent successful meniscus surgery. I believe it's like a week and a half ago now. And they have had enough runway to get used to their rotation as it stands now that she's been ruled out for the rest of the season. So, yeah, you're going to see a combination of heavy minutes from 6 players, and then Letty Vasconcelos is going to play anywhere from 10 to 25 minutes depending on matchups as well. But, yeah, as you mentioned, a couple of all-freshmen. I do not believe there was another team in the Big Ten with that particular honor, and it was a huge validation for a class that came in ranked 7th nationally and had a couple of key injuries in that class that kept them out for the year. But now, even after 1 year, you're already starting to see that that commendation. And then for Barry Wallace, a girl who committed to the University of Illinois before there were any other incredibly highly regarded recruits, and to see that validation in her hard work with a first-team unanimous coaches selection is quite stellar for the group.
So the Illini go against Wisconsin to kick this whole thing off, and then you got a path that you're looking at. The bracket that they posted on their website is the most confusing bracket.
Yep.
That is not a good picture.
Absolutely. It absolutely is confusing. So, like, if they beat Wisconsin, I believe they would slate into the Michigan State game on Thursday, which would be a neutral site rematch of the game that they lost by 6 points at East Lansing before Gretchen Dolan went out with her injury earlier this season.
Yeah, so you've got okay, I see it now. You got Wisconsin in the first game. You win that game, you go up against Michigan State, the 7 seed. You win that game, and then you go up against the 2 seed Iowa, who you just had a heartbreaker against in Iowa City. So honestly, I feel like the bracket kind of sets up kind of nicely for this Illini team to look at some teams that they've been really competitive against, and to make a run.
Yeah, I mean, and the good news is that it's an even playing field. If you make it through that, like, Michigan State game in particular, I mean, they would have to deal with short prep because you don't know who you're playing until they win the day before, right? So tired legs could become a thing, but even talking to Barry Wallace, last year they were dealing with some really remarkable injury issues up and down the roster, and they got bounced in the first round. And her whole thing was, hey, we are coming prepared to play our best basketball, because she personally was really disappointed at the fact that she didn't get to play more than one game there this previous season.
Hey, Doc, intern Coop here. Over the past 5 games, Illinois has made 10 or more threes in 4 of them. How has kind of the evolution of the three-point attack kind of changed around this team's offensive approach?
Big piece of that is Aaliyah Guyton. That was a player that was the top-ranked Illinois recruit coming out of, I believe, the class of, it was either 2024 or 2025. And then when she transferred in this year, she dealt with a number of nagging injuries that kept her out of the lineup. But when you watch her play now, she is so much more confident and fluid getting into her shot motion, and that becomes a release valve for the team. Additionally, when they load up the strong side on, like, the Sierra Parchment and Destiny Jackson ball screen action, or if they load up on Barry Wallace on the elbow, Jasmine Brown-Hager has hit so many timely shots on the weak side of the floor. She's stepping into them with confidence or doing an up fake and getting downhill. So, yeah, they are proving that it's a sustainable piece, and I don't think that is a part of their core team identity, but they are very open to being ready down in their stance to receive the basketball in the shooting pocket, and it's helped them in a number of games recently.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis, that's Evan, nephew Coop in studio as well with us, and Dr. Daniel Thompson on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line talking Illini women's basketball.
So just one or two more, because I know you're stretched for time here, but right now, ESPN has the Illini as an 8 seed projected in the NCAA tournament bracket. They've got them predicted to face Syracuse in the 8-9 game in Storrs, Connecticut, which means you would then, if you win that game, face UConn, which nobody wants to do at any point in the tournament. Is there anything? Do you think they're pretty locked into that 8-9 matchup? What kind of a run would they have to go on to maybe pop up to that 7 seed?
I think you probably got to win 3 games. I think you got to win your first round game. I think you have to beat Michigan State, who, they did not play particularly well at Michigan State, and there were disappointed players when we covered the game up there. And, they would have to take down an Iowa team who really, they were ahead by 6 points at the fourth quarter in Iowa City in an environment that was remarkably enthusiastic with 15,000 plus fans and a sellout. So I think it's possible, and they've beaten Maryland this year. They beat Washington on the road. They gave UCLA just as much trouble as any other team in conference, aside from maybe Michigan and Ohio State. So the top-level talent is there. This is just a team that sees their best basketball ahead of them because they haven't had the chance to put together just these signature wins in really close fashion a number of times. So, yeah, I think 8 sounds about right, but if they do get through a couple of rounds, I could see that bumping up to a 7, and then you have the benefit of not having to go play against AZ Fudd and Sarah Strong on their home floor.
Yeah, that would be that's no fun. So Yeah, it all kicks off tomorrow for the Illini women, 5 p.m. on Peacock, or you can just make the short little trip over to Indianapolis and support this team and this young, talented, awesome Illini women's squad. Daniel, what are you working on? Where can people find you on the socials and follow along with what's happening?
Yeah, it is dr.thompson on Instagram and Threads. It's dr-thompson at bluesky.social on Blue Sky for like the 15 people out there who are on Blue Sky. So, yeah.
Hey, it's you and Big Def, man. Big Def is all over Blue Sky, bro. So
there you go.
So, yeah, and then the other group that I collaborate is with Basketball Society, and that's just a group of guys that love women's basketball and love basketball, period, and we want to elevate the game and love and respect the people who are a part of it.
Yeah, I think after we get kind of past this this women's Big Ten and NCAA tournament, I want to talk to you a little bit about this 3-on-3 women's basketball league that I honestly know nothing about, but it looks awesome. So next time we talk after the tournament, we need to get into that.
Yeah, my quick 10-second blip is they gave a 2-week lead to sell out Barclays Center in Brooklyn, and they did for 3-on-3 women's basketball.
That's crazy.
it's freaking it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to talk to you about that.
All right, Doc, we appreciate the time, man. Safe travels to Indy, and we will be talking Illini women's basketball again with you very soon.
All right, appreciate you guys.
All right, that is Daniel Thompson on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. 217-359-2255. Evan, great job setting all that up, and great conversation as always with the doctor.
It's what I do.
You know what? It is what you do.
I just am pretty good at everything.
You are.
I know everything
You
about
know
sports.
everything about sports. That's right. And also, big kudos to you for trying to break down that bracket live.
Oh my gosh.
I just brought it up, and I'm looking at Coop. Have you looked at the women's tournament?
Yeah, I have. It's
so
a little
if
weird.
If you look at it at first glance, it looks like Illinois is playing Purdue. But then you go, wait a minute, that's not right. They're playing Wisconsin. Okay. And if they beat Wisconsin, then they're going to play Ohio State in the next round. Nope, it's Michigan State. Who the hell designed this thing? What grad student put this together for their final project? And why are they on the Big Ten staff? It is a nightmare to read, actually. But that is
the worst bracket I've ever
But it was just
seen.
a natural, whoa, this is not a good, yeah, it really isn't a good bracket. But we're talking aesthetically. But the path for the Illinois women's team is interesting. You know, you've got obviously a winnable game with Wisconsin in the first round, and another winnable one in the second round with Michigan State. So this could be really interesting for Shauna Green's group over the next week in Indianapolis.
Yep, and you can watch it all on the Peacock.
As my mother says, on the Peacock. So there you go.
At least she doesn't put an S on the end.
She might. I can't remember.
The Peacocks.
Everything's with my mom. I was on the Twitter, and I saw that. Yeah, I know.
I went to the Walmart.
And did you know they've already got their summer stuff out? I couldn't. Yeah, I know, Mom. 217-359-2255. That is your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. It is senior night tonight for the Illinois men's team at State Farm Center taking on Oregon. And we are going to talk with our friend Tristan Thomas from WCIA3 in just a few about that, preview the final home game for the seniors. Also, before we get to the top of the hour, we've got your last chance to win tickets from us for an Illini men's basketball game. And if you want to get into the running for that now, courtesy of Parlor Donuts and Jets Pizza, you know what to do. Text Illini to 217-359-2255. That's Illini to 217-359-2255. We're going to tally up the texts over the next half hour or so, and somebody will be on their way to State Farm Center for the last home game, courtesy of The Drive.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. I'm very honored to have Brittany Algie in my studio. She's advanced practice registered nurse specializing in behavioral health at OSF Healthcare Sacred Heart in Urbana. Now has several options for inpatient, outpatient behavioral health, offering medication management and therapy to treat depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia, PTSD, and more. Isn't it, you have to kind of agree you kind of need to talk to somebody?
Absolutely.
How do you get to that?
Being honest and doing a self-check-in about how you feel. Checking in with your emotions, seeing like, am I okay? Because a lot of times we're highly functioning, feeling depressed, we're feeling overwhelmed, and we don't take a minute to just pause and actually see how we're feeling.
But so stigma, Brittany, and you don't want to talk to somebody because then they'll think you're crazy.
Well, there's no such thing as crazy. So there's nothing wrong with asking for help because life is always going to be challenging. There's always going to be stressors that come along.
So we commend you and
Thank you.
somebody who loves what they do. So I'm going to give out your number.
Behavioral health professionals, OSF Healthcare, Sacred Heart, Urbana, 217-337-4310.
Think you have to settle for mediocre car insurance to save money? Think again. It's possible to get superior coverage and still save money with Erie Insurance. Customers who switched to Erie saved up to $951. It pays to compare. Switch and save with Erie.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Annual savings based on new customers surveyed in March 2022 who reported savings when switching auto insurance. Individual premiums and savings will vary.
Come celebrate Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery's anniversary sale. You'll find savings store-wide. The installation is half off Mohawk's waterproof luxury vinyl floors. The installation is free on Mohawk carpet. Get up to $1,000 instant rebate on Mohawk carpets and floors. Plus, buy it all with 2 years free financing. It's the perfect time for those home updates. Don't miss the anniversary sale going on now at Carpet Weavers.
Spring is here, and so is that clutter. Ready to clear it out? Call 2 Men and a Junk Truck. We make spring cleaning a breeze with fast, friendly junk removal you can count on. Old furniture, gone. Boxes, bye-bye. Yard clutter, see ya. We do all the heavy lifting, so you can kick back and enjoy a clean, open space for the season ahead. More room, less stress, and a home you'll love. Starting now. Book today at 2menandajuncktruck.com. 2 Men and a Junk Truck. Junk removal made simple.
Jesse with Land's Drain Cleaning. Do you have your sewer line cleaned every year? Are you constantly getting roots or blockages? Why deal with that headache year after year? Call Land's Drain Cleaning today at 217-355-5512 to have our expert staff come out, clean your line. We give you a free camera inspection, show you what's wrong, where it's at, and then we can offer you a repair for that problem so you don't have to deal with it again. Land's Drain Cleaning. Why call anyone else?
Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Welcome back into the Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone, the nephew, our fine intern, Cooper O'Kelly from the Champagne Room in studio as well. Coop, you doing all right over there?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Doing good?
I would say so.
You like this song?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
I can mess with it.
BB No Money, you like him?
I can mess with it.
You can mess with it. He can say that on the radio.
Yeah.
We'll find out if our next guest messes with BB No Money or if he just knows a lot about the Illini. We know he knows a lot about the Illini. From WCIA3, Tristan Thomas on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. How are you, my man?
Pretty good. I can't say I know anything about what you're talking about there, but let's talk some Illini.
Remember this song? Oh, okay, never mind.
What is this song?
I've heard this. I don't know the artist. I've heard this.
Come on, Coop.
The beat, though.
Educate him. You know what it is.
Not really.
Oh, never mind. Okay, we're just gonna move on.
I don't know it either. I mean, I know it's like a background song. It's like a song that's always in. It sounds like if I'm walking through, like a Hollister.
He's literally walking in place right now. You have to get him on camera. Oh, I put on Coop. There he is. Yeah,
You just walk into
this
Foot Locker.
This is it's called Endemate, and I'm
Walking
pretty sure
around a Hollister in the dark.
Yeah. I feel like this is something that Underwood might be jamming to in his office when no one's around.
Yeah, you do have to go spelunking when you shop at Hollister. So.
Yeah, and there's all the like perfume, spray. I was just talking to one of my buddies. It's like, man, I think the next generation is going to miss out on malls the way we knew it. Of the excitement of going to the mall.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like a last resort now.
Cooper, when was the last time you went to a mall?
A couple months ago, probably. I don't know.
And you were excited about it?
I just went to get a pretzel.
Bet you did, Panama Red.
And get your steps in? Yeah, just...
Yeah. Can't get a pretzel on Amazon. Say that.
You can't get a pretzel on Amazon. You can get a pretzel at State Farm Center, which is where the
True.
Illini will be tonight. And
Wow.
Tristan, you going to be there as well?
Professional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great transition.
Thank you.
Agreed. Yeah, I will be there. 8 o'clock tip off, which for us is always a bit of a challenge because it's a late tip off. The game, especially if it goes into overtime, it's always a matter of like if the game's not over in time, we can't get highlights in, and then we're live streaming, of course, Brad Underwood post game press conference. So that you're trying to manage that. You're also trying to go live on TV on WCIA3. So always a bit of a madness running around. But hey, it'll be exciting. It'll be fun to see. Brad, the team, Colin Boswell and Ben Hummerkaus and AJ Red getting honored for senior night. Certainly some impactful guys, some great stories there. And again, a game that's you look on the schedule and you say, okay, you got to win that game, and also plenty to play for. With if Illinois wins the next two, you talk about locking up the top 4 seed and the triple bye in the Big Ten tournament, and also just it feels like a vibe. You need kind of a vibe reset of after that Michigan game, didn't play your best, but then also it's Michigan, so they kind of run you off your own floor, and to see what they did. You kind of need a little vibe reset, and I feel like that these next couple of games can be that, and a chance for this team to kind of regain some confidence.
Well, that leads right into what I wanted to ask you about, Tristan, because you mentioned the vibe reset. You have been around the team, obviously. You and Glenn and everybody at CIA doing a great job. How have the Illini shaken off the other night? Does it feel like that has happened and it's business as usual, or is there maybe a little bit something extra going into tonight after what happened with the Michigan game?
Yeah, I'd imagine there's a little bit of extra motivation, not just for the vibe reset, but for the seniors and wanting to give them a memorable, positive last experience at State Farm Center, where Ben Hummerkaus, he talked about all that he's meant to the culture and the glue guy type MO that he has, in addition to the shooting and the way he can stretch the floor and defenses have to worry about that. He's talked about since day one in Champaign, transferring here last year to now, and how much more bought in he is to winning. And I think the Athletics account said he's like the standard for an everyday guy, and that's something I've seen in conversations with him, and something you see on the floor this year especially. And then Kylan Boswell, I mean the Champaign kid, and all that. It seems like we've just kind of gotten used to that. Like, oh yeah, there's a guy. They say from Champaign, Illinois, Kylan Boswell. But I think we're going to look back on his time here as like, man, that was really cool that he came back and made a big impact on this Illinois team, and became really one of those leaders and a guy you look to, and certainly a guy you're looking to bounce back in this current say of the season. I mean, after that Michigan game, he was like, Kylan's going to shoot you straight. Like, hey, we did not play well, and we've got to. And Brad Underwood said, hey, we need Kylan's leadership. We need him to be a major voice in kind of shifting that. But it's not all on Kylan. I think Andrej Stojakovic. I mean, man, you can't have him not score. What he was 0 for 2 against Michigan. Like he's got to give you something. Whether it's the 3-point shooting or not, like that's a bonus. But you need him as one of those slashers, guys that's going to attack the rim and even draw fouls, even if he's not getting layups. You need him to be aggressive. And Brad Underwood said the other day that he's been great in practice, been phenomenal, and excited for that because there's they need him, is what he said, and I think definitely agree with that. But you need the Ivasiches to bounce back as well. I mean, Z only playing, not getting any rebounds in 11 minutes, and Tommy's 3 for 10. You just need more from those guys. And I think both can be true in that, hey, Michigan is maybe the best front court you'll see, the rest of the season. But ultimately, you still need a better performance, and you need to bounce back. And Nate Biddle tonight is a bit of an easier challenge, I'd say. He's still one of the best, one of the better front court guys in the Big Ten. I think you look at his hair, I'm like, man, this guy needs a transplant or something. Got a little bit of a bald spot. Regardless,
a bald spot.
You need you guys to bounce back. Yeah.
Hey, don't do it. What we're not going to do here is we're not going to bald shame.
We're not, no hair shaming here, buddy.
So I think you either just commit to it or you get the transplant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
I mean, maybe it's part of his MO. Like you see him with the bald spot, and you're like, oh, this guy can't hoop, and then he goes and backs you down, hits a sky hook.
I'm telling you, man, that's the game at the Y, man. You walk in, you're like, well, that's not the guy. And then he gives you 25,
That's right. There's a lot of guys at the YMCA with the bald spot that are just waiting to back you down and hang a 30 burger on you, Tristan.
Yeah, I can smell that guy already. So, Tristan, for tonight, I think you bring it up, just the Andre, the Z. I can't put my finger quite on it, but both of those guys, it feels way more of a confidence thing right now than it does anything that is, schematically or opponent-wise shifted over the last couple of, month or so. And I think this schedule really sets up well for them to get their confidence back going into Big Ten tournament time, NCAA tournament time, with an Oregon team, a Maryland team that are not, quite good. How much are you looking forward to them or looking for them to really take a step confidence-wise over these next couple of games to lead into tournament time?
Yeah, I mean, the confidence of this team it's like I don't know. It's got to be an interesting balancing act where, you think about the confidence after the first, 10 minutes at UCLA, the confidence is sky high. But then you see that can kind of shift and work against you where maybe we're shooting it so well. We don't have to rebound. We don't have to block out. We don't have to do all these little things. No, you still got to do that. But then you also, even maybe when shots aren't falling, Brad Underwood is going to want his team to keep shooting threes, open threes, in rhythm, on the catch, corner threes. You got to have enough confidence to, take those shots and know you can make them, even if you miss a couple or you have a cold stretch. And I think, as you mentioned, this is a prime opportunity to do that. I feel like the end of the regular season is pretty easy compared to maybe what we've seen in recent years. Even think back to like 2021 where it was a gauntlet. You're at Michigan, you're at Ohio State. It doesn't seem like that's quite the gauntlet. It's more of a reframe, bounce back from the Michigan game opportunity for this team. And then again, it's against an Oregon team that has given top teams problems before. They beat Wisconsin at Oregon not too long ago, last month. Yet that was also a 10 o'clock Central Time tip-off, which is wild. I work late and then I come home and there's still Big Ten basketball on the TV. I'm like, this is weird. But if Illinois plays up to their potential, they should have no problem these next couple games against bottom half Big Ten teams. And as you mentioned, a prime opportunity to kind of refocus and feel good going into the postseason.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis. That is Evan. Tristan Thomas on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. Tristan from WCIA3. You mentioned three-point shooting and that Underwood wants his guys to continue shooting. That's not a secret. We know what Brad expects out of his offense, but they are shooting 33% over the last 6 games, 35.5% overall now for the year. Do you see a world where there's maybe a concerted effort to find points maybe more from the mid-range? I know and Evan just brought up an excellent point. There's something that seems off with Andrej Stojakovic, so that's kind of taken away some of that mid-range game. How else can this team generate points down the stretch and into the Big Ten tournament, Tristan?
Yeah, I mean, Brad Underwood would always stress just get inside, get to the foul line, however you can score in there, because that's the shot chart with the medals. That's also a gold medal shot. If you can get it at the rim, get it in the paint. That's Brad Underwood's always going to take that. But even if I would imagine if Andre could say, hey, if I can just hit a couple shots early, maybe take some less than ideal shots to get in a rhythm, maybe to start to get some of that confidence back. Maybe that could be something they look to, but I would expect more of the same. Just try to get layups, try to get in the paint, try to get fouled, and try to get open threes, and get some confidence built there.
Speaking of building up confidence, what does tonight kind of look like in an ideal world for you in terms of being a get-right game, a get-back-on-track game? Like, what has to happen tonight for you to feel a lot more confident in this Illinois team?
I'd say getting stops and just playing solid defense as well. Don't be a team that's living or dying by your offense totally. I think what we've seen throughout the Underwood era, this team is, Brad Underwood even talks about it all the time of like being able to win games when the shots don't go in. And I think we've seen this team's psyche get, caught up in whether the shots are falling or not. So really it's just going to be a matter of playing solid defense, not giving up, easy looks to Oregon, controlling the glass too. Like I think Z's got you can't be as tall as Z is and not get any rebounds. Like that's something you can't have. So I think for this team, it's, really kind of locking in on defense too. We've seen them use some zone too, which is interesting, where kind of before this year, it was that was like, if you saw a Brad Underwood team use zone, it was like a shocker. But with the size and length they have, that zone seems to be a decent kind of counter they can throw to offenses and give them a different look. So finding a balance in the defense and, just the want to and the effort on that side, I think is what I'm looking for.
Well, Tristan, I got to say, you said the magic words for one of our listeners. John in Camargo just sent in a big hallelujah when you mentioned getting inside and going to the free throw line. What else are you working on this week besides the Illini game tonight? Are there other local games that we should be paying attention to?
Well, yeah. I mean, right now for us, it's pretty much either Illini coverage or postseason basketball. We are in full swing of that. Got some girls basketball teams going to state. So Glenwood and Mount Pulaski have punched their tickets into the postseason, and boys teams are getting close to that as well. Sectional semifinals tonight. We'll have highlights from plenty of games across the area, in addition to the Illini coverage as always. So it's like I didn't get to cover the game on Friday for Michigan because I was running around the Decatur area covering games, and still had a great time because it's postseason basketball. You can't beat either way, either level.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, IHSA is pretty open about we created March Madness. Like that is our slogan, that is our name, and it's true, man. High school regional sectional tournament basketball is top notch, man. I got a couple things, Tristan. I love what you said. You can't be that tall and not get a rebound. I remember a couple of years ago, I won't say who he was yelling at, but I remember Brad turning to a guy and say, "You're tall for no reason. There's no reason for you being that tall because you ain't doing nothing." That stuck with me for a long time. Second of all, I just want to know, as a former center, are you gonna go up to Chicago and play for the Bears this year, or what's going on?
Oh man, I was gonna bring that up. I mean, hey, if they need a directional snapper, that's what in case Evan's referencing my senior year from Muhammad Seymour, I locked down the starting position. And help the Bulldogs get to another postseason. We lost to Glenwood right away.
Yeah, I know, dude.
But regardless,
you didn't have to say that.
Hey, I'll tell you this: I had the hardest snapping job I'd say in the IHSA that year, because our offense was all shotgun, which I didn't like, but I'm not the coach. And whenever we ran like a trap run inside, that was a directional snap to the left or the right. We didn't have a kicker, so for field goals, so we ran single wing, which is basically two running backs. And that would also be a directional snap, but slightly different, so slightly left or slightly right. All that to say, I could not block anybody. So that was, yeah, I don't know who's going to play center for the Bears. That was a shock to get that today, but it sounds like the Bears have been somewhat aware of that, at least that he was considering that. Can you go get Tyler Linderbaum? I know Tyler Biadish, they had him in for a visit. Sounds like he's solid, but is he going to be the Pro Bowl caliber that you got from Drew Dahlman? I don't know. But you know what? I trust Ben Johnson. I guess I trust Ryan Poles as well to get that figured out, and just excited to see how they bounce back from that and build off of what was just such a fun Bears season. I don't know if you guys have seen this, there's a video of the compilation of the Packers fans watching the collapse, the 21-3 collapse.
Yeah, I watch it every night to go to sleep.
It's like I can't. It's like when Shawshank Redemption comes on. It's like it's that vibe. I see it on my timeline. It's like every 10 minutes. I'm like, I'm not going to sit through this whole thing. And then what do you know? I'm like, well, I might as well watch the whole thing and see the Bears come back. And
what else do I have to do? You know?
I mean,
yeah.
I
know the Packers fans have had a fair bit of heartbreak outside of the Bears-Packers rivalry, but those two games are like my whole life as a Bears fan. That the Packers fans can deal with a little bit. So,
yeah, screw them.
Man,
come on now.
Never forget. What a moment.
Now, Tristan, I mean, you were really selling me on your glory days there, man. I was really hey, maybe we got a diamond in the rough to walk on out to Soldier Field or something while they're still at Soldier Field.
Well, dude, I remember when I was in high school, people asked me, like, oh, are you going to play college football? I'm like, in case you haven't seen me in person, I'm 5'7". No, I don't have any college aspirations, unfortunately.
Didn't you ever see the movie Rudy? It didn't stop that guy, you know?
Oh, man. Didn't Joe Montana, like, and those guys, like, hate him?
I think everybody. Actually, I think the true story is nobody really liked Rudy. I don't think too many guys really went to the locker room and did the Rudy. But for you, maybe Tristan. It could have happened,
they
man.
did, like, they handed in the movie. They like handed in their jerseys. That didn't happen.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen. But it could have for you.
But it was a great movie. That's what I don't care if it's true or not. The movie was awesome.
It's as real as Spider-Man. You know. Tristan, we appreciate your time, dude. Looking forward to talking to you again. So safe travels while you're running all over Central Illinois. And now, are you at the game tonight? I can't remember if we asked you that or not already.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I will be there live at 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and then Brad Underwood's post-game press conference streaming live on the WCI3 digital channels as well, as always.
All right, man. Keep up the great work. We appreciate you, bud.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
That is Tristan Thomas from WCIA3 on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line. 217-359-2255. That is your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. Anthony on the text line, speaking of hair, we had a 12-game win streak broken, and we're now 2-4 since Wagler cut his hair.
Yeah.
You think that's a real thing?
You never get a haircut mid-season.
Don't you watch hockey? Don't you know the playoff beard? You let the playoff beard grow. Big Dev, he's always got a lot of numbers he's thrown at us on the Max Twin City Recycling text line. He says, if you're shooting 49.5 from 2, without considering if you're getting to the line, you're scoring as efficiently as 33% from 3. The Illini are 58% from 2 on the year, which means don't stop shooting, but just don't keep chucking them if they ain't falling. Yes, Big Def.
Well, here's the thing that gets lost in all of the conversation. You can only get to the hoop and score under the basket if you can get to the hoop and score under the basket.
Well, there wasn't a whole lot of that on Friday. You are right. Michigan took away the entire lane.
Yeah, they couldn't go inside against Michigan. So, I mean, if we want to look at what tonight looks like or what, against Maryland or whoever they end up playing in the NCAA tournament, that might be a different conversation. But the reason you can be so successful getting inside is because you shoot it so well from outside and it creates space. So that's what they got to. That's what they got to do.
Well, you can be there tonight as the Illini try to create space against the Ducks of Oregon. We've got a couple pairs of tickets left to give away. Last chance to win tickets from us. 217-359-2255. Text Illini right now, and we're going to get a winner in the next 10 minutes. If you've already entered, you're already entered to win. But if you want to keep texting in, you can. Illini to 217-359-2255. 2255, your chance to win, courtesy of Parlor Donuts, Jets Pizza, and The Drive.
Yep, and Cooper is going to pick the winner, so if you don't win, it's Cooper's fault.
Yeah, at Cooper O'Kelly on the socials.
All right.
It's just,
His phone number is 217. No, wait, it's 815. No, I'm joking. Yeah, if you want to win tickets for tonight's Illinois versus Oregon game, text Illini to 217-359-2255. We're going to get our winner here in the next 10 minutes. Again, if you already entered earlier in the hour, you're already good to go. If you want to text in again, you can. 217-359-2255. Quick break. We'll get our winner. Talk more Illini and Oregon next on The Drive.
Tony, the family's in trouble. What is it, Godfather? Appliance issues. Cousin Vinny's icebox. It's a whole situation. They call that a refrigerator now. Jimmy 2 times can't boil his pasta on the whatchamacallit. His range? I'm done doing favors. No more today.
Hey, it's Paul Rican from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
No favors, I'm just here to help.
I'm listening.
Cousin Vinny needs an icebox, or we'll call it a refrigerator. We have stainless steel French doors in stock for next day delivery starting at $15.99.
And Jimmy 2 Times has pasta issues.
Gas or electric ranges for Jimmy's Pasta starting at $5.99.
What about protection? Our family is all about protection.
We got you covered there as well. Most of our appliances come with a free 10-year protection plan.
Welcome to the family, Paulie.
Thanks. Spaghetti for dinner?
Forget about it.
Wow.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
At F&B Wealth Management, it's not just about numbers, it's about people and communities. Hi, I'm Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank and F&B Wealth Management. Our team is united by a shared passion for helping you achieve your financial goals. We are equipped and eager to work together to craft personalized financial solutions just for you, including retirement planning, risk management through life insurance, long-term care insurance planning, and investment advisory services. Together, we will celebrate milestones, navigate life's transitions, and build a financial future that reflects your values. Experience the difference of a team that truly cares. Visit investwithfnb.com to learn more about dedicated advisors and start your journey toward a financial confidence today.
F&B Wealth Management is a division of Fisher National Bank. F&B securities are not insured by the FDIC, not a deposit or other obligation of or guaranteed by the depository institution, subject to investment risks, including possible loss of the principal amount invested. Securities, insurance, and investment advisory services are offered through Midwestern Securities Trading Company, LLC, MSTC, member FINRA, SIPC. MSTC and F&B are not affiliated.
F&B Wealth Management, supporting exceptional communities full of exceptional people.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to the next Fighting Illini home basketball game. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to State Farm Center. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Little thunderstorm rolling through. It's ESPN Radio 93.5. This is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. The nephew, Cooper O'Kelly, our intern from the Champagne Room. He's in studio with us. Big Dev texted in. He said, if you are the nephew, then what is Uncle Lon to you? Uncle Lon's everybody's uncle.
I have no idea. I was about to say, he's still the other kind of weird uncle that shows up to the family
Uncle
reunions,
Lon,
right?
he's everybody's uncle. Everybody's uncle. And he's still got a little bit of time to get in the running to score some tickets for tonight's Illini game at home, senior night, Illinois versus Oregon. Should be a good one. And we're giving away some pretty solid seats as well. So if you haven't yet, get in the running. Text Illini to 217-359-2255. ILLINI to 217-359-2255. Courtesy of Parlor Donuts, Jets Pizza, and The Drive. So it's Tuesday, and we haven't even discussed doing a draft.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I know you're ready to draft whatever, but I think we have a little bit of an announcement to make that the nephew won his first draft.
Did he?
Let's go. I was going through the numbers, and I barely won Twitter. He won Instagram, but there weren't a lot of votes on Instagram at the draft. So don't thump your chest over it. It was only like 12 votes or something on Instagram.
All right.
But the text line, I went back to when we drafted on Thursday, and overwhelmingly people were voting for Cooper on the text line because of his shocking third overall pick, Cheech. But
Hold on. I just we got somebody who just texted in. Coop, I'll slide you my vote in the next 5 Tuesdays drafts if you choose me for the tickets.
Who said that?
This is not J Money texted that in.
J Money.
Hold on. I smell a fish.
Well, it is Lent, and there's a lot of fish sandwiches for sale around town. I had one today. It was delicious. I got one from McDonald's. They got 2 for $7 at McDonald's right now. Not that that's
fish
prime
sandwich
fish
from McDonald's.
Oh, it's a good one. as far as, a couple of fish sandwiches from McDonald's go. I mean, it's not like prime fish we're talking about here. It's not like they went to the ocean.
It's not like we went to Long John Silver's,
I can't do Long John Silver's. Ugh. Anyways.
Cooper, have you ever eaten at a Long John Silver's?
I've not. I've always been kind of like confused by the concept of fast food fish restaurant.
I was about to say, just fast food?
No.
Fast food fish.
Filet of fish used to be like my go-to McDonald's order, and then I think when I was like younger, probably like 12, and then all of a sudden I think I realized like this is, what am I doing? What am I doing here?
I can't imagine ever. I've never ordered a filet of fish at McDonald's.
From what I remember, it was solid. I don't know. I can't imagine really getting one nowadays, but
okay, all right.
What is your go-to
at McDonald's?
Yeah, no free ads.
McChicken.
Yeah.
I usually go and they got a thing now. Oh, it is raining hard. They got a thing now that if you've got if you use your mobile your McDonald's app number, you buy one get one for $1, and you can do that with McChickens, with McDoubles, with 6-piece nuggies, and so it is clutch for the children.
Yeah, that's actually really nice.
So you go get 6 nugs for the little man, and then you get yourself a McChicken for $1.
Yeah, but that's not enough for like a meal.
No, it's a snack.
Okay, got it.
No, I used to go. I had a very specific order when I was in high school. You would leave football practice and go to McDonald's, and you could get 2 McChickens, a large blue Powerade, a medium fry, and an apple pie for $7.
Ooh. Wow.
And that was at least a 3 times a week thing for me.
And then would you eat dinner at home?
I'm sure I would at some point. I mean, that pretty much was. We didn't do a whole lot of dinner at home. It was a lot of just grab and go.
Fend for yourself.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Wherever you're at.
So do we establish that the fish sandwich is pretty good at McDonald's then, Coop, or no?
I don't know. I haven't had it since I was like 12.
I had it today, and it was pretty good. It pairs well with a Sprite, and a fry as well.
One time I drank a Sprite when I was a kid, and I threw up after, and I've not been able to really drink Sprite since.
That's rough. That's rough. I'm sorry.
It's one of those things that it like ruined it for me. Now every time I smell a Sprite, I think about, ooh.
I'm so bringing in Sprites tomorrow. I love Sprite so much.
Oh,
a couple of winners to give shouts out to. Shout-outs or shouts out. Which would it be?
I don't know. Do we shout out winners?
Shout out to Derek Dayton of Tolono, and also shout out to Frank Inman of Urbana. Derek and Frank both just scored tickets for tonight's Illini game. We've got a couple more pairs of tickets to give away as well, so we're not done yet. 217-359-2255. That's the number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. And, it's the last home game, so we want to give you multiple chances to win tickets for Illinois versus Oregon tonight.
Yeah, I'm totally down to draft. So we're going to talk to Chris. We're going to talk to Chris Kwasinski.
Spite.
About the Bears here coming up next. But then I'm totally we're gonna draft.
What should we draft that's Illinois and Oregon related? You want to draft the best Ducks?
Honestly, my first thought was Duck Hunter, and we could just draft like
things that are duck adjacent.
Video games.
Duck games?
Nintendo game. Oh,
dude, that is such a. I mean, we can.
No, Cooper can't do Nintendo games.
I would
Coop,
get
a Nintendo. Listen, Coop, a Nintendo was a video game system that was popular in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Okay. And then eventually it turned into the Super Nintendo, and then the Nintendo 64, and then I have no idea after that. GameCube? Is that Nintendo?
The Wii.
Yeah, the GameCube.
The Wii? Oh, there was a Wii in there?
And
Oh,
then the
yeah.
Wii.
Yeah, Wii.
Now the Switch.
Yeah, now the Switch, yeah.
The Switch is pretty dope. I'm not going to lie.
Chris in Sedora says, come on, Coop. And then he texted in the line.
Are those the same thing? I think it's come on, Coop, choose me.
Yeah.
So I think that's a happy come on, Coop.
Oh, it's come on, Coop. Pick
Sorry,
him.
Come on, Coop.
Tyler in Monticello says, are you guys going to the game tonight? Are either of you headed out? Coop, you going to be there tonight for the game?
No, I think I'm going to Cam's.
Of course you're going to Cam's. You
What is
party
that?
animal.
Your
buddy's tending bar there, right?
That was Joe's.
That's
He did
Joe's.
get hired. He did get hired. though.
Joe's, okay.
He didn't get hired?
He did.
Oh, he did. I was
Yeah.
about to say, we're never
But
going
now
to Joe's
Joe's is
again.
shutting down for like 2 weeks.
So you guys really messed it
I don't
up for
think
him
it
on
was
his first
us,
night,
but
huh?
Yeah. He was mad. He was like, damn, I can't
We
have
are
anything.
never going to financially recover from this.
He brought in that Coop guy and his buddies, and then it's over now. We got to shut down for 2 weeks.
I just, you're part of the problem. You know?
All right, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so.
That's what we're going with.
Oh, we're going to get a couple more winners for Illini tickets. Stand by. We got about 20 seconds till we get to news. But, yeah, coming up in just a few, we're going to talk with Chris Kwasinski from Fox 32 Chicago. Big Bears news. Drew Dahlman, the All-Pro center, a big free agent signing a year ago, informing the team today that he is going to retire and will not be a Chicago Bear anymore. So plenty to get to. Plus, we will draft something next on The Drive.
Waves of missiles and drones. Lisa Brady, Fox News.
The Iranians are continuing their ballistic missile launches against this country.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv a short time ago.
The map for alerts runs the entirety of central Israel from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv. And this is an indication that there may be more than one launch happening at this moment.
Iran also launching more drones at Mideast neighbors, one landing near the U.S. consulate in Dubai. The U.S. embassy in Saudi Arabia also coming under attack. But Secretary of State Marco Rubio says personnel at diplomatic sites had been drawn down before the fighting. The State Department is working to evacuate hundreds of U.S. citizens.
About 9,000 Americans have been able to leave the Middle East since the start of airstrikes on Saturday, but Secretary of State Marco Rubio says there are 1,500 more looking for assistance to get out.
The impediment we're facing now, in many cases, we've had a couple instances in which we have planes in the air and on the way, and unfortunately the airspace gets closed and they have to turn back around, so we're working through those challenges.
Rubio is urging all Americans in the region to register with the State Department so they can be notified when options open up, including commercial, charter, and military flights.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Rubio was one of several top officials giving closed-door briefings on Iran to the full House and Senate today.
Well, I think it was clearly a preemptive strike, and I think there was an imminent threat there.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune says American assets in the region were under threat from Iranian missiles and that the president had authority to strike, but some lawmakers are pushing for a war powers vote to limit further action without congressional approval. President Trump telling reporters he believes Iran was preparing to attack.
Based on the way the negotiation was going, I think they were going to attack first, and I didn't want that to happen.
The president meeting today with Germany's chancellor while criticizing the UK and Spain for not backing U.S. airstrikes. America is listening to Fox News.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes just in case? Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI.
It's Election Day in Texas, where primaries in a U.S. Senate race have been heated.
Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and State Representative James Tallarico are seen as the primary frontrunners for the Democratic nomination. Crockett is a liberal firebrand known for sparring with Republicans. She's been endorsed by former Vice President Kamala Harris, but Tallarico argues Crockett's combative style could sink Democrats' chances of winning a Senate seat in the Lone Star State for the first time since 1988. Meantime, incumbent GOP Senator John Cornyn is fighting to keep his role as he fends off challenges from Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton and Congressman Wesley Hunt.
Fox's Madeline Rivera, either primary could end up in a runoff. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick will appear voluntarily for a House panel's Jeffrey Epstein investigation. The Oversight Committee chair says Lutnick will give a transcribed interview commending him for a commitment to transparency. Lutnick facing renewed questions about Epstein after recently released files showed relations continued after a plea deal made Epstein a convicted sex offender. Federal safety investigators shedding more light on probes of robo-taxis passing school buses.
The National Transportation Safety Board says since the beginning of the 2025-2026 school year, the Austin Independent School District has reported multiple incidents of Waymo's self-driving vehicles passing school buses that are stopped to load and unload student passengers. Waymo issued a software recall last year to address the issue, but the NTSB's preliminary report explains the reports include a January 12th incident noting failure to stop for a school bus displaying visual stop signals as a violation of the Texas Transportation Code.
Fox's Christian Goodwin. Waymo has previously called the probe a chance to provide insights on their safety-first approach. On Wall Street, a sell-off, but it could have been much worse. The Dow had been down more than 1,000 points, finishing down 403. The Nasdaq dropping 232. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Let your local farmer's insurance agent Michael Rumsey put his experience to work for you. Michael Rumsey proudly serves Champaign County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Come celebrate Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery's anniversary sale. You'll find savings store-wide. The installation is half off Mohawk's waterproof luxury vinyl floors. The installation is free on Mohawk carpet. Get up to $1,000 instant rebate on Mohawk carpets and floors. Plus, buy it all with 2 years free financing. It's the perfect time for those home updates. Don't miss the anniversary sale going on now at Carpet Weavers.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
At NCAA Championships, noise is made here. Memories are made here. Champions win here. The only thing missing here is you. The National Collegiate Men's Gymnastics Championships, coming to Champaign, Illinois this April. Get your seats at ncaa.com/tickets.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Your spring cleaning can make a big difference, and not just in your own home. As you declutter this spring, please consider donating to the Habitat Restore, located at 1914 Glen Park Drive in Champaign. The Restore is happy to take your gently used furniture, tools, home decor, appliances, and more to help fund Habitat's mission to build affordable homes with local families in need of safe and decent housing. Drop off your items during business hours, or for qualifying donations, schedule a free pickup by calling 217-359-0507. The Restore is happy to take your gently used furniture to help fund Habitat's mission to build affordable homes with local families in need of safe and decent housing. Drop your items off during business hours, or for qualifying donations, schedule a free pickup by calling 217-359-0507 or complete the form on our website at cuhabitat.org.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Senior night, round 2 for Ben. It's always a great time of year and a sad time of year, one filled with a lot of emotion, not just the players, the group of managers, a lot of basketball left for our seniors. You know, it's you got a guy, AJ Red, who's been here for 4 years and, you know, going to get a degree in finance and has a job with Larry Geese and his company and setting the culture and establishing the culture, what that looks like. A young man who started as a manager, became a player. You know, then Ben is obviously just flourished from year 1 to year 2. He's going to play basketball as long as he wants to play basketball. Dedicated, committed, all of those things, and just have an outstanding season. You know, Kylan, obviously a hometown hero that got to find his way back home. We were excited about that when we recruited him out of high school. I think he's very fortunate and very blessed to be able to do that, to play in front of friends and family in your hometown. In terms of his commitment and dedication to our program, he wears the orange and blue with tremendous pride growing up here, and something that means a lot. So three guys have had huge impacts on our program.
Yes, sir, they are. ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. The nephew, Cooper O'Kelly from the Champagne Room, our fine intern in studio. We're switching it up. Coop's running the board now. And so any mess-ups have nothing to do with Evan or I. It's all Coop's fault. No, it's all good. And it is senior night tonight, saying goodbye to three guys and a whole lot of people that are on that staff for the Illini this evening. And you know, we probably have experienced this senior night stuff just in a smaller aspect, but on this level, when you work this hard, I can only imagine the emotions that those guys are going through before they step on the court tonight, and what they're thinking about going into the Big Ten tournament, you know?
Yeah. I mean, this is I've never gone through like a legit senior night. I feel like it's got to be emotional.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, these guys at this level, like, you've put so much of your life into this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think pretty much for these three guys that are going through senior night tonight, like, the NBA's not in the cards. But, you know, overseas is obviously a very big opportunity for both Ben and Kylan.
Yeah.
But it's not a guarantee. And so you walk through a senior night and legitimately it's like, man, this could be the end of the road of this thing that I've like kind of based my life around for almost the entirety of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go.
Here we go.
So I hope State Farm Center really, really appreciates and supports the guys tonight.
Oh, it'll be rocking.
You don't think Kylan has a shot to be like a two-way guy or something like that?
I'm not going to say no, like no shot. I do think the way that the NBA operates and kind of the things they value and some of the guys who I am pretty constant in saying that the NBA is the weirdest league of all the leagues in the way that they evaluate talent, in the way that they draft people, in the way that they seem to care about athletic ability and potential more than actually anything else. And so a guy like Kylan, I think he could be a two-way guard. But do I think it's likely? Probably not. Now a guy like Kylan, I think he goes overseas, and as we've seen with a bunch of these guys, and Andres Feliz and a Trent Frazier and even Justin Harmon, like those guys are going overseas and they're killing it right now. Luke Giddy, Marcus Domask, those guys are making good money to play overseas and to, live in exotic places and make it happen.
Yeah, and going to switch gears real quick. We'll talk plenty more Illini this hour, but big Bears news. Drew Dahlman, the All-Pro starting center and big free agent signing a year ago for the Bears, informed the team that he is going to retire. And so big news story. So we got our Bears insider on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us to talk about it right now from Fox 32 Chicago, Chris Kwasinski. How you doing, sir? Oh, no, we lost Chris. Coop, what did you do, for God's sakes?
I don't know, but he's calling back.
Oh, that's fine.
He's on there.
I'm joking. That's all good in the hood. Chris, you got us, sir?
I'm here.
There we go. All
Hey!
right. You think you can find good help around here, Chris, and these damn No, I'm joking. Coop's doing a great job for us. I'm joking. Big news. Drew Dahlman letting the Bears know he will not be blocking for them ever again. So let's start with it. How long has this been building? When did we know about it? When did the Bears know about it?
It seems from some reports out there, the Bears knew about this as early as, I want to say Monday this week. I think there is also, Adam Johns with CHGO kind of put a tweet out there saying there were some words at the combine of the Bears sniffing around for a veteran center. I think at that point, you're kind of wondering, well, Ryan Bates is under contract next year. So you're going to need to replace him at backup center. It was nice having Ryan Bates in there just because he was a dude that understood the NFL game. He had experience blocking. So when you're talking about filling in, the backup role, sure, it would make sense that the Bears are kind of kicking the tires around. But this is shocking. This is not even a surprise. This is something that I don't think anybody expected. So it also changes a lot. This really alters the Bears off season to the point where, well, I think the Bears knew about it on Monday, and they started kind of altering their plans. And the next time we hear from them, we're going to have to hear how everything changes, because this really does change so much for them.
I was about to say, we just yesterday went through an entire exercise of the Bears offseason and the needs and what it looks like. And, that's all pointless now.
Yeah.
And so because it changes so much of what your needs are going into this offseason. I know that this move, it opens up some cap space a little bit for the Bears to make the move, but I would hope that we go right back into a center. Who's available if we look free agent wise? If we look, someone who's a veteran already in the league, kind of what's available for them here to kind of replace Drew Dahlman?
Yeah, there's a couple guys that are hitting the market. Tyler Linderbaum, is a guy that is going to be a free agent next week. The Ravens a whole year ago decided to not pick up the fifth year of his contract because I think they cited it was too expensive, which makes you wonder, would that be a viable option for the Bears, who are already hamstrung with cap issues? I think Tyler Badia, I want to say if that's how you pronounce his name. I'm sorry if I butchered it. It was the Commander center who just got released. So I think Ian Rappaport reported that the Bears are looking at him. He's bringing him to Hallis Hall for a visit. So there's already one option there. Also, Connor McGovern is another free agent center that I think is worth looking into a little bit. I think that's where you start having a downgrade massively from Drew, just because he was so talented, but he was also so connected on the offensive line. But after that, you have to wonder, well, there's guys like Dane Brugler with The Athletic, really, really impressive draft analyst, is saying this is a really deep draft for centers. Jake Slaughter, Logan Jones, to name a few, Connor Lew from Auburn. These are options that the Bears have to start considering now. And honestly, when you consider the cap space and the cap situation, maybe a more pro-ready center like Logan Jones out of Iowa may not be the worst idea, because it really solves some cap issues there. Assuming that Tremaine Edmonds gets traded, assuming that you're going to rework deals with, I believe it's Montez Sweat and DJ Moore, you can restructure those contracts and free up some cash too. But then after that, it's starting to get a little dire. So you have to make a decision of whether or not you're going to chase a veteran, which I'm assuming that's what the Bears' preference is going to be, considering that you have a competitive window now, where you're winning the division, where you're winning playoff games, and a big reason why was because of the offensive line. But also, the cap situation has to come into play where it's going to have to force some really difficult decisions there.
Chris, does this save the Bears anything? I know that the number getting thrown around was the $28 million guarantee, but with Drew retiring, does this help alleviate any sort of cost for them going forward?
Yeah, I was trying to crunch the numbers, and I was on Spot Rack, and last I saw before the combine started, and really after the combine ended too, they were kind of sitting at like the $9 million figure, $9 million over the cap. So they needed to get under that threshold. Drew Dalman's cap hit was about $14 million. So I would assume that like $4 million of that is like the prorated bonus and the different kind of guarantees and that kind of stuff that are already paid out. So the Bears can't get that back. I think there's some of the bonuses and that kind of stuff they might be able to recoup. I think there's a few things that are still up in the air. But I think out of that $14 million cap hit, he kind of forfeits the $9.5 million guarantee of his contract, which means they're going to free up about $10 million of the cap space with this retirement. So that's a lot of words just to get to the fact that there's about $10 million that's going to come off the books cap-wise. So they are under the cap now. Like, this move does bring them under the cap, which is one of those, I guess, glass half full
Sure,
kind of look.
yeah,
where,
sure.
Sure, if you want to be a talking optimist, feel free to take that look. But it's tough when you consider how much they're going to have to replace. But I don't know. I see a potential avenue where this might, in the long term, help the Bears, especially if you see some of the news today, like Trey Hendrickson is not getting franchise tagged by the Bengals. He's going to be a free agent. And, I mean, that guy was hurt a lot last season. That dude missed a lot of time. But I'm just saying, guys, if you can figure some stuff out, you can move some money around. You can fill the spot that Dalman left. You can find a left tackle that can carry you in the 2026 season. Whatever you have left over, you can look at him and you can say, hey, man, here's a 1-year deal where we can pay you this much to be on a contending team, where we've seen how good that guy is. And if you can give him the amount of money and say, sure, you can probably go somewhere else and get paid, as much as a small island country in the middle of nowhere, or you could come and win games. So it really depends. And this is all just, I guess speculation, because they really have to figure out the cap space going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the cap space is kind of a big deal. Do you have a preference? Because this is, honestly, as I've been digging into this draft class and to what the interior offensive line, it's a deep class. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that'll be available, kind of mid-late rounds that I would not be shocked if they could step into a starting role, which would obviously be a much cheaper option. Do you have a preference on if they go veteran versus rookie? I know, man, you really would love to have a veteran up front working with Caleb, but if it saves you, a few million in your cap space, is that a big deal to you, or do you think it matters?
It really depends on what the future is. Because I think when you talk about viable options, getting a rookie center in there's a lot of pros and cons. One, they might not play well at the NFL level. You just don't know. Like Logan Jones, for example, there's a guy they're saying he's the most pro-ready guy, but there are still gaps in his game where you're like, can he flourish against some of the better defensive tackles in the NFL and that kind of stuff too? But if you're making a play, honestly, some of the ideas you have to think of is, well, you want someone that's going to be with Caleb for the foreseeable future, right? So you want a guy that's going to learn with him, that's going to grow with him and that kind of stuff. Dan Rochar, I think there was a story in The Athletic, or I can't remember if it was The Athletic or the Chicago Tribune. It was one of the two where it kind of profiled him and where he was basically out of the game. He was enjoying the idea of maybe retiring from football before the Bears came calling and brought him back. And this is a guy that's been in the game for so long. You saw what he was able to do with Ozzie Trapillo, where he turned from basically a left tackle back to right tackle, back to left tackle, to the point where his loss is so significant this upcoming offseason too, that's a big question the Bears are facing because of his patellar tendon injury suffered against the Packers. But getting a rookie wouldn't be the worst idea for a multitude of reasons. First, you mentioned it's cheaper. I'm assuming this would be a third-round pick the Bears would have to spend on the center. Getting Logan Jones in that, or Jake Slaughter in that specific area, wouldn't be a bad idea. It's going to be extremely cheap compared to getting one of the veteran guys, but also that's an investment. That's a multiple-year investment you're making with a guy that's going to pair with Caleb Williams, that's going to grow. If you sign one of the veteran guys, maybe they're here for a handful of years, but that's a maybe. Like you're starting to see some guys retire early and that kind of stuff too. So I'm not entirely sure, but this is one of those moments where you have to consider the long term as well as the short term.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis. That's Evan. Chris Kwasinski from Fox 32 on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us, talking Bears, talking the big story about Drew Dahlman. But real quick, before we let you go, Chris, I have to ask you this, because today the Bears became the odds-on favorite to land Max Crosby. Yesterday, if you were going to make a bet, they were at plus 600. Today, I think they're at like minus 180. Do you have any idea what changed, and does the Drew Dahlman situation play any sort of effect on what the Bears are going to do? Because to get Max Crosby, they're going to have to give up some draft picks.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you exactly what changed. I think it's kind of the combine, I guess the afterglow of it all. Where we were, where the biggest buzz there was what are the Bears going to do? Who's going to leave this team? Because we weren't really talking about prospects as much as we were talking about, okay, well, you have to get under the cap.
Right.
How do you do that? You do that by subtraction. But also there's the buzz of, well, could the Bears potentially play in Spain? We don't know. The NFL has their marketing rights reserved for the Spain game, and we heard this morning the Falcons are playing in Spain. So one of the Chiefs, Bears, or the Dolphins are going to have to play the Falcons in Spain. So we'll figure that out. Those are the kind of buzzes we're hearing, but I couldn't really tell you. I think this saga is kind of going forth just because that DN position is the Bears' biggest area of need. This is that's a moment where you look around and like, well, at some point they're going to have to add somebody, be it in the draft, free agency, and we've been talking about this ad nauseum for like the last month of, hey, Max Crosby could be the guy, but if you do that, I really don't think this changes much of the situation. Whereas to get Crosby, you're going to have to deal with someone like DJ Moore. You're going to have to give up someone like that who carries a high cap hit to retain the salary that Crosby has. You're also going to have to give up draft picks. I think, is it worth the cost? I don't know. That's why I would very much rather try my best to sign Trey Hendrickson and keep that first-round draft pick to pick up a guy like Caden McDonald, which not only do you get a high-quality defensive end, but you also get a very young defensive tackle who's going to be there for the foreseeable future. It's tough. If I had to take a pick, if this is just me, if I was running the office, and I am certainly no Ryan Poles by any means, you've got so much more on your plate now with the Dahlman stuff and the retirement that comes out of that, is to even think about, okay, well, what are we going to do to get Max Crosby? Everybody in Chicago is banging the table. They want that guy. They want the game changer because they saw what he did against the Bears this year. But I don't know if that's a viable option much, considering the Bears do like their draft picks. They know what happened the last time they mortgaged a lot of draft picks to get a pass rusher like Khalil Mack, but also they have a good one in Montez Sweat. If you could supplement him with a guy like Trey Hendrickson in free agency, like, it's not going to be cheap. But you have a lot of leverage of saying, or going up to a guy and saying, hey, man, you haven't won much in Cincinnati. We won a lot last year. Come win games over here. So I don't know how much that would work, how much weight that would carry. But if you're the Bears, these are all conversations you have to start having. So it's just a very interesting time. And I don't know how much the Drew Dahlman retirement impacts the Crosby situation, if there even is one. But it's certainly something that's shaken up a lot of things at House Hall.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely throws another hat into the conversation that you're trying to wear and figure out that a couple weeks ago you didn't necessarily think you needed to. So
Right.
It is kind of a big deal. And like you said on X, holy what? And so I'm sure there was some other things you wanted to say, but you mentioned it very briefly before we let you go. You mentioned Caden McDonald. Do you think, is that kind of your go-to in the first round right now, defensive tackle out of Ohio State? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, so I put out a full first-round mock draft, considering everything that I got from the combine, all the intel that I picked up. It's on fox32chicago.com/sports. You can go check it out there, but as everything kind of turns down, a lot of people were noting, hey, Cade McDonald didn't really test that well at the combine, yada, yada. Some people were a little critical of that. But I'm going to note, why should we be looking at a 326-pound defensive lineman as a guy that is going to, I guess, test really well skill-wise? I mean, that's the whole point of a nose tackle, is that they have violence and they have a strong center. They don't play with high speed. If I had to make a wish list for the Bears, you want one. Depends on what happens with Gervon Dexter. Obviously, Jordan Schultz of Fox Sports noted that he may be a trade candidate. The Bears might be able to pick up some draft picks if they move on from him. I don't think that's a good idea. I thought he was solid last year. But also Grady Jarrett's there. He's not getting any younger. They're also probably going to move on from Andrew Billings, who was that run stuffer at nose tackle. So I haven't heard anything of him potentially coming back, but we'll find out next week when free agency begins.
Yep.
But Cade McDonald met with the Bears. Cade McDonald has a violent center. When we asked Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles, what are you looking for? I think Ben Johnson mentioned that we want violence, and we want a player that's going to fill that role, that's going to just kind of fill the gaps. And I mean, even if Cade McDonald is a four-year run stuffer for the Bears, even if that's what he is, the Bears don't really have that right now. It's not on their roster, especially when free agency is about to start. So that'd be my guy for now. I think that'd be the pick I would make, unless Peter Woods is there, who is an extremely disruptive defensive tackle out of Clemson. In my mock draft, I have the Carolina Panthers selecting him. So there's a chance that they could grab someone like him. But as it stands now, I think you have to go defense in that first round, considering that's your biggest area of need, especially on the defensive line, at nose tackle specifically.
Chris, where can folks find what you're working on, whether it be Bears-related, Illini-related, or whatever the case may be?
Well, you can always follow me on Twitter, or X, at @OJOK_. We're going to be paying attention a lot to college basketball in the coming weeks, as well as free agency, as the Big Ten tournaments come to Chicago. So I'll be front and center for most of the action there, but also fox32chicago.com/sports. Got all the stuff we're working on. Should have a story publishing a little bit here soon about what Drew Dahlman's retirement means, kind of running through everything we just talked about, but also a little bit more, a few other options too. So that's what we're working on. And I mean, we're just holding our breath for potential changes. We're expecting Tremaine Edmonds to get traded or released in the coming days. So we'll see what happens there too.
We'll be reaching out to you if and when it happens. That is our guy, Chris Kwasinski. Thank you for your time, man, on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line. Chris from Fox 32 Chicago. And, crazy day in the world of Bearsdom, my friend.
Yeah.
Drew Dahlman. How about that?
It's gonna take some processing now to really try and figure out, okay, now what?
Here's my impression of Bears Twitter. Of course this happened. We just got good. Yeah.
There was somebody shared the meme, the graphic, if you've seen it, of the car coming across the train track, the school bus going across, and it's like maybe Max Crosby, and then the train's blasting it, and it's Drew Dahlman retires.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
Oh, not good stuff for the Bears. But, the rest of the O-line's in pretty good shape. Now all you got to do is find another all-pro center that you can bring into town, or, maybe draft one. We'll see. 217-359-2255. That is your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. We got to do a draft, guys. It's Tuesday. We got to do a draft, and it's got to be related to the game tonight somehow.
Well, here's the thing: is as everyone pretty much knows, Oregon is based out of Eugene. In Oregon.
I thought you were going to say something completely. I thought you were going to be like their cheeks or something like that, as our guy Jay Lehman would say.
Yeah, I really hate that phrase actually. It makes me really uncomfortable. No, they're based out of Eugene, and one of their famous alums is Phil Knight, who runs Nike, and so Oregon is known for having just the intense uni combos,
cool uniforms, yeah,
different types of cool uniforms, and so when we come back, we are going to draft best uniforms.
Oh, right.
And the four major sports, I would say. So
no college.
No. That counts. So football, football, basketball, baseball, hockey.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let's do
college and pro for each one.
Is that good for you, Coop?
That sounds good.
All right, we'll do it next on The Drive.
Tony, the family's in trouble.
What is it, Godfather?
Appliance issues. Cousin Vinny's icebox. It's a whole situation.
They call that a refrigerator now.
Jimmy 2 times can't boil his pasta on the whatchamacallit.
His range?
I'm done doing favors. No more today.
Hey, it's Paul Rican from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
No favors. I'm just here to help.
I'm listening.
Cousin Vinny needs an icebox, or we'll call it a refrigerator. We have stainless steel French doors in stock for next day delivery starting at $15.99.
And Jimmy 2 times has pasta issues.
Gas or electric ranges for Jimmy's pasta starting at $5.99.
What about protection? Our family is all about protection.
We got you covered there as well. Most of our appliances come with a free 10-year protection plan.
Welcome to the family, Paulie.
Thanks. Spaghetti for dinner?
Forget about it.
Wow.
Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Let your local Farmers Insurance agent Michael Rumsey put his experience to work for you. Michael Rumsey proudly serves Champaign County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
When time matters, proximity counts. Fly Champaign-Urbana and start your trip on schedule. American Airlines connects you through Dallas and Chicago, linking you to business centers across the U.S. and beyond with connections to over 200 destinations. Be efficient, be connected, be home sooner. Fly Champaign-Urbana Willard Airport. Local convenience, global reach.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow right here in Champaign-Urbana can switch you over so you can start saving today. Kurt and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. It's easy to switch and save. Just give them a call when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rescue workers face death every day, and far too often their families lose them while they're helping you on the road. When you see emergency lights flashing, you must slow down and move over to the far lane. That includes red, blue, and orange lights. If you hit someone on the road, you'll be charged with a felony. That means jail time. Help us keep our families safe when we're out helping yours. When the lights are flashing, use caution passing. Let's all go home safe tonight.
Brought to you by Tapman's Towing.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Oh, baby. It's draft day. ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That's Evan Stone. The nephew, Cooper O'Kelly from the Champaign Room, our fine intern.
Curtis with first overall pick.
I get the first pick. If you're just joining us, we do drafts around here usually on Tuesdays. And today we are drafting the best jerseys. And we're looking at the big four of sports: football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Those are the uniforms you can choose from. And, of course, you can chime in 217-359-2255. Now, Coop, if you go to, I believe, hotkeys on the board there, you are going to see where the draft button is, so you can play the sound effect as you wish.
Sounds good.
But having said that, I have the best pick because I got the first pick, right? I'm number one. Coop, you're two. That means Evan is 3. If you're not familiar, we do it snake style. And that means Coop, well, no, Evan's 3rd. So when Evan goes, he will get back-to-back picks. When it's my turn again, I will get back-to-back picks. Coop, you're stuck in 2nd in my spot, my usual spot. But you are coming off your first victory after best M things we did before Michigan.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I feel like I got a lot of momentum going. I'm going to carry it into this one.
I got to tell you, I'm a little nervous about this one. I'm a little because this comes down to fashion, really, as we roll into March. And you want to be fashionable with your jersey selections, and it is sort of tough to compare your taste to somebody else. But I'm feeling pretty good. So I think I'm ready to get this thing started. Now, it's just, we're not going with a certain athlete or anything. It's just the jersey, right?
Just the jersey, yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right. With my first pick in the best jersey draft, I'm going to go with the Chicago Blackhawks sweater. That is my first pick, sir. It's a
good
classic. It's one of the original 6. What happened, Coop? Did I take your pick?
Yeah, that was going to be my
I'm taking the Hawks. Chris and Sidoris already votes for you. Coop, you're up.
That really... So it's only professional in college, correct?
What else are you trying to do?
Well, just answer the
You
question.
got a high school
Yes,
jersey?
it's only professional in
You
college.
got a junior
Never mind
high
then.
jersey
All right.
you want to pick?
No, he's got...
I'm going to go with... Let's go with the classic. We're just going to go with the Boston Celtics home green. Or away green, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. OG green. There you go. St. Patty's Day coming up. Very timely of you.
I think when
Played
we...
House of Pain. Okay.
I'm going to say when you take a team, you're just taking that. So, like, nobody can take the home white Celtics
Got it.
jerseys
Okay, so
now.
Celtics. Boston
Yeah,
Celtics.
I don't think you need to specify which one. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that fair?
That works.
Okay, so we got Hawks, Celtics. Okay, I'm going to go. This fell nicely for me. I can't believe it did. Although this might be a love or hate, but you got to respect them no matter what. I'm just going to go with my first overall pick, Coop.
He wants you to play the sound effect.
I can't do it without the sound effect.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the pinstripes, the New York Yankees. I feel like it's the most classic uniform of all uniforms. Everybody knows the pinstripes. Everybody wants the pinstripes. So I'm going to go pinstripes.
Okay, taking the vintage. I know why you took that.
Why's that?
Cobb. Ty Cobb's why you took that, isn't it?
He didn't play for the Yankees.
No, but you wish he did. Okay, go on. Moving along, you're still up. It's a snake draft, so you got another pick. Are you going to take a Ty Cobb jersey here?
I'm going to take the Detroit Tigers of 1932.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
okay.
I'm just kidding.
he killed a guy in Detroit. I remember that.
Here's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with another classic, but I'm gonna go to the other coast and I'm gonna take the Lakers, the purple and gold.
Wow.
I think I've got just 2 jerseys that are just absolute staples of Jersey Center.
Okay. Yeah, I mean those are classics. Lindy on the text line says you don't get to talk trash about Ty Cobb anymore when you don't even know who he played for. Now I know who Cobb played for. You know, he played for the Mets, you know. No, he didn't play for the Mets either.
He didn't.
He did not play for the Mets.
Coop, you're up.
All right. Gonna let that play through. For my next pick, I'm gonna go with the Chicago Cubs. Near and dear to my heart. The blue pinstripe.
Very good. Nice. All right, that's a good one. You know, that's a very good choice you got.
You like their pinstripe jerseys?
Yeah, like the white with the
blue pinstripe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, that one up there. Yeah.
Yeah, the one we got a Sandberg up there. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm up then, right? Hit the sound.
That's
it. With my second pick, I've got to go with a jersey that's near and dear to my heart. One that I grew up admiring, and I know so many people around here do. Give me the Fighting Illini men's basketball uniforms from the Flying Illini era. That is the one I'm going to go with, which has been worn many, many times over the last 30-some years. That is my second pick. Play the sound, Coop. Thank you, sir. And since I am still up, I got to go with another one that's near and dear to my heart, don't I? You took the Cubs from me, so I got to go with the Bears. I want the vintage Chicago Bears uniforms, my friend, with the piping stripes or whatever it is Joniak says down the side. Whatever it is Jeff Joniak says. Taking the old school Bears unis. There you go.
All right, for my third pick, I'm going with the now Los Angeles Chargers. I love that. Like,
Ooh, the powder
I
blue.
like the powder blue and
All
the yellow
right.
combo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do a couple here because that's how this works. You took the powder blue of the Bolts. I'm gonna go with a powder blue, but in a different direction.
Uh-oh.
I've always loved this uni combo, and we'll never see it again because the team doesn't exist anymore. Give me the Houston Oilers. I love the Houston Oilers jersey combination. Their powder blues with the red.
Yeah.
I just thought Warren Moon running down the field.
Did I tell you the Covered Bridge Festival story about when I got it was after the Oilers moved to Tennessee, all right? And they hadn't named the team yet. The Titans had not been a thing. It was just, okay, this franchise has moved to Tennessee. There was somebody selling Tennessee Oilers jerseys and hoodies at the Covered Bridge Festival in Indiana.
Oh, wow.
And I still have it to this day. I don't even know if you can get it anywhere else, but I still have a hoodie to this day of the Tennessee Oilers. So maybe that's worth something. Maybe it's worth toilet paper. I don't know. But I'm proud that I own it no matter what. All right, continue.
Big Oilers guy.
Yeah, big time.
All right, go ahead and I'm gonna do this one because you know how long it's been since I won a draft?
I do. It's been at least 6 weeks now.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, yeah.
So you know what I'm gonna do?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna sell my soul.
Oh no.
Give me the birds on the bat, baby.
What?
I'm gonna take the Cardinals jersey,
What?
the Cardinals uniform. When they get the baby blues, when they get the baby blues and those Cardinals jerseys, I'm not gonna lie,
Hold on.
I still have a Cardinals hat.
This is a level of chicanery and pandering that I've not seen out of you.
The STL that they work together.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness.
There's not one
Watching
person.
Ozzy run out in that jersey and hit his backflip to run onto the field.
There's not one person.
Dude, I cannot. It is such a beautiful, wonderful, incredible uniform.
There's not one damn person listening to this show that knows that believes it. Look at that. J Money, is Evan feeling okay? There it is right now. First text on the text line. You have
what?
This feels like cheating.
What? What are we
I'll tell
doing?
you what. No, if it works for him, fine. If you trick a Cardinals fan into voting for you after all the things that you have said,
I'm not tricking anybody.
If you can get somebody to go, you know what? I like that choice. Yeah, that Evan Stone, I hated him for 8 months, but he's okay now.
Oh, my goodness.
Johnny Camargo says, Evan's Hail Mary attempt. That sure was. That sure was. All right. Okay. That's all I'm going to...
A lot of texts coming in. Oh, my wife texted, tell him to not come home.
There you go, Coop.
All right,
You got a roomie for tonight, buddy. Are you still up?
No, I'm up.
Oh, Coop's up. Okay.
All right. With my next pick, I'm going to go with, I figure I need to get into the college sports realm here, and I'm going to go with the North Carolina Tar Heels basketball jerseys.
Doggone it. Good pick,
Yeah.
Coop.
Appreciate it.
Good pick. That was gonna
What?
be, yeah, I was gonna take the Tar Heels. That's a good one.
See, he's too young. I could never do that.
Why?
Well, he's talking about what happened in the national championship game in 2000.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever. I
don't
could
even
never
think I was
go to-
born.
I know,
Oh my
but
God, he wasn't born, was he?
what year were you born?
Oh, I was born in 2005, actually.
Oh
so it
my
depends.
God.
What month?
Oh, January. So I probably was alive.
You were alive.
Yeah, I
You
guess
saw
I
it.
was.
Yeah, you were alive.
You saw what that Sean made, what he got away with 21 years ago. Okay.
Look, Scott and Terre Haute. Coop just lost.
Oh, Coop, you had it and you lost it, buddy.
Shoot.
You had it and you lost it.
I didn't
Over
even
the top
think about
rope
that.
and onto the arena floor, you're out. Okay.
Dang.
That means I'm up, right? That means I'm up.
You're gonna take Iowa, the Bruce Pearl Iowa jerseys.
Iowa, no, I'm not taking that. I've got the last two picks here, right? We're at the end already?
No, we wrap around. This is your end.
This
yes.
is the end for me.
But then we
Okay,
wrap back
okay,
around to me.
Okay. Well, I've got the Illini. You know what? We already hyped it up. I got to take it. I'm going to take the Oregon Ducks football jerseys with my fourth pick here. And I take it knowing that the basketball team is going to be smashed into smithereens tonight at the State Farm Center, my friend. So I'm going to go with the Oregon Ducks football jerseys. And then for my final pick, where's that sound effect? What are you doing over there? Snapchatting, Coop?
No, I was getting ready.
What are you doing over there? Boy, this is tough. This is kind of tough for me, this last one. Because I'm going back and forth between a few uniforms. You know what? I'm going to go with one that isn't around anymore either. It has nothing to do with Ty Cobb. Give me the 90s Charlotte Hornets jerseys from back in the day. Give me that one. That's what I want with my last pick.
That's
baby.
a good one. I think everybody had a Charlotte Hornets starter jacket.
Starter jacket. You betcha.
Why? Nobody knows.
It was the 90s, and they were like $20 each, and you could get them at any store. That's why. Starter had a sweet deal. Starter and Rawlings, man, in the 90s. I remember kids walking around with the Akeem Olajuwon shoes. I think that was, it was Spalding or Rawlings that had those. You can get those at, like, Kmart. Kmart was a store, kind of like Walmart, Coop. That
Blue Light Special, baby.
Yeah. And it's not around anymore, I don't think. But at any rate, yeah. Grandmama, says Lindy. That's right, Larry Johnson. Everybody loved Larry Johnson. Everybody loved Alonzo Mourning back then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big Def says Coop had the same academic eligibility as Sean May and Elijah Raymond Felton.
Oh, Big Def from the top rope with that's mean.
All right, Coop.
All right, for my final pick, I'm sticking in the realm of 90s NBA, and I'm going with the Orlando Magic.
Hey!
Big fan.
Okay.
That was probably like the best era for, I feel like, jerseys.
Oh, it was a huge boom in the 90s,
it looks
man.
pretty sweet.
It was good.
Well, that was like the NBA has always been built around stars, but that was a marketing boom where every team had a star and guys were collecting the jerseys. Like you had to have a Miami Heat jersey, or you had to have the guy from the Magic, whatever. Penny Hardaway, Shaq. It didn't matter. You had to have one of those jerseys. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, and you left one of my favorites. It took me a long time to think of it, but it's still on the board.
Uh-oh. The way you stare at Coop until he plays the sound effects.
I got it.
I'm going to go back with another vintage jersey.
Okay.
That gets brought back at, maybe once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the creamsicles, baby. The Tampa Bay Buccaneer creamsicle jerseys.
Oh, man.
They are so cool.
Mm.
I love those uniforms.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to take with my last pick. What did we miss? Like, what was left out? As soon as there are a lot of 90s teams were coming up.
I thought about
the
Raiders.
90s Bulls. Raiders are cool.
I thought about Raiders, but I went with the Hornets instead.
I'm already regretting not taking the Kelly Green Philadelphia Eagles jerseys. I love those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That's the famous Saquon jump, man. They were wearing those uniforms.
The Madden cover.
Yeah.
So tough.
Boy, I tell you, the texter rolling in with not nice things to say about that 05 Tar Heels team now. Way to go,
think
Coop.
about that.
Oh, there's a lot of not nice things being said.
Miss Lippy's class.
Yeah, that's right. 217 texter. Ray Felton was turning in the same homework that Billy Madison was in Miss Lippy's class.
Eating glue, man.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh, man. Okay, so Curtis kicked us off. He took the Blackhawks sweater. Curtis, did you just take the jerseys you see hanging around the room?
No, I did not. But now that you mention it, I should have just done that. Why didn't I think of that? I literally did that for the most part.
Curtis took the Blackhawks sweater, the Flying Illini, the Chicago Bears, Oregon football, and the Charlotte Hornets. Cooper took the Boston Celtics, Chicago Cubs,
He took the Cubs pinstripes.
Pinstripes.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll fix these. When we get there.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I want to say the San Diego Chargers, the Bolts jerseys.
They're the San Diego Chargers.
Whatever.
That's fine.
North Carolina. Big Sean May guy over here. Cooper was telling me off air Sean May's his personal hero.
That is not true.
And the 90s Orlando Magic. I took the New York Yankees, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Houston Oilers, the wonderful Birds on the Bat, the St. Louis Cardinals, the STL, as some people might call it.
Give me a break.
And the vintage Tampa Bay Buccaneers creamsicle jerseys.
217-359-2255. Who did we miss? 816 texter. No Rangers or Red Wings. I couldn't take a Red Wings sweater. No, couldn't do it.
They just look like the boots. I drew the duck blue because I wanted to see a blue duck. Raymond Felton.
Thank you. Thank you for that 217 texter. Yeah, Raiders were on my list. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. I feel like I got just about all the I figured you would take Cubs, Coop. I had a feeling that was going to happen. I didn't think I was going to get Cubs, but I want to take Hawks with my first pick. I've always loved that uniform.
That would have been my next pick.
Yeah.
So. Good call.
I do love, and I really like, I know the red and the white is their classic. When they rock the all black Hawk
those are
sweaters,
sweet.
those are the best.
Can I give you an underrated jersey from the 90s? It's still around, but when the Bulls debuted the black and red jerseys, remember that?
Just had bowls on it.
No, but it was like that was the era of Jordan, Rodman, and Pippen. It was like they're trying to freshen things up, and when they debuted the black uniforms, I was like, yeah, man, those are great.
Ooh, Jason and Tuscola had a good one.
That's a good one.
The Mighty Ducks,
Yeah.
the original.
Okay, so that's why I was gonna take the Space Jam jersey, but
Oh yeah.
I could have. All right.
No, you couldn't.
Oh, okay.
But the Anaheim Ducks wore the Mighty Ducks uniform. Like they wore those jerseys, so you could have taken the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, there are hockey fans to this day that mock the Ducks. I'm like, your whole team's based on a Disney movie, blah, blah. But you know what? It worked, and they won a lot, too. Jeremy says, surprised there wasn't more hockey. Man, I was really thinking about adding another hockey sweater. I really was, but I couldn't pass on the Illini, the Flying Illini jerseys. I had to get that. Kings, Edmonton Oilers, great jerseys. Evan, I was with you until the Cards pick, says our friend Michael in Charleston.
Hey, I'm a fair observer, and even though I really hate the Cardinals, I like the jerseys. They're kind of cool. Vote for Coop. Go Tar Heels.
Oh, 704 texter. Is that one of your buddies? Is that a buddy?
No.
704 texter says, vote for Coop. Go Tar Heels. Hey, if you want to vote, 217-359-2255 and text in your vote. You can also vote on our socials at The Drive 935 on Twitter, at The Drive 935 on Instagram, also on the ESPN 935 Facebook page. And we count them down. We tally them up. Coop won last week. Let's see what happens this week. You snapped my winning streak. I was at 5 in a row, 816 texter, how about the yellow 79 Pirates jerseys with the pillbox hats? I've got some baseball cards with those jerseys.
Those pillbox hats are they're interesting. Are those the ones that got like
big? Yes.
Yeah, and they got the stripes all the way around them.
Yes.
Yeah.
217 texter, sad not to hear Team USA uniforms.
Thought about those too, but couldn't.
Could we have done that? I thought we were sticking to NBA, NFL.
I think that would have been
You
fine.
know what? 217 texter, I would like to. I'd like to take back my last pick and have the Dream Team uniform. Can I do that? No, I can't do that. No, okay, never mind.
But here's the thing. I'm not going to say it. That's a can of worms.
You're
I don't
about,
need
you're
to get
about to
into
start
now.
some sort of political fight on this show.
I
weren't
just
you?
don't think Team USA jerseys are that creative or good.
The red, white, and blue. What
I
else do you
think
need?
the basketball ones are cool.
The Dream Team ones were good.
Dream Team
like
ones
those were fine.
Sweet, man.
But watching like Team USA hockey this year, I was like, we could do better. When they wore all blue, I was like, wow, that's not a good look.
You know what? I read, this has been a couple of Winter Olympics ago. It was on ESPN's website one year. I read an article that the jerseys sometimes are determined by the other country's colors as well, and like you have to submit your uniform, what you're going to wear, way in advance.
I mean, it makes sense.
But then you think about who was it? Was it Canada? It wasn't Canada.
Slovakia.
Slovakia, and you're like, who the hell's on which team? Everybody was in red, white, and blue, and it was really confusing. That was it. Yeah, it was Slovakia.
That was rough. Yeah, there's a lot of soccer kits that I was thinking through.
Mm-hmm.
And Team USA's got some good World Cup kits that I like, but I didn't think anybody else would care about those, so I didn't draft them.
Well, vote now, 217-359-2255. I'll remind you that Super Cubs fan Evan Stone picked the Cardinals jersey. just
it's a cool jersey.
Just letting that be known.
The organization is a dumpster fire, and they got dumps like a truck. But the jerseys are kind of cool.
Quick break. We're going to take a very quick break and then wrap up this hour and talk plenty more ahead of tonight's Illinois game next on The Drive.
Your spring cleaning can make a big difference, and not just in your own home. As you declutter this spring, please consider donating to the Habitat Restore, located at 1914 Glen Park Drive in Champaign. The Restore is happy to take your gently used furniture, tools, home decor, appliances, and more to help fund Habitat's mission to build affordable homes with local families in need of safe and decent housing. Drop off your items during business hours, or for qualifying donations, schedule a free pickup by calling 217 359-0507. The Restore is happy to take your gently used furniture to help fund Habitat's mission to build affordable homes with local families in need of safe and decent housing. Drop your items off during business hours or for qualifying donations. Schedule a free pickup by calling 217-359-0507 or complete the form on our website at cuhabitat.org.
Since we opened our doors in 1868, Busey has fostered deep customer relationships and vibrant communities, embodying a legacy of partnership and progress. With multiple lines of business, we provide a range of financial solutions tailored to your needs. From digital banking to planning for retirement, Busey is here to help you achieve your financial goals. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
BMW, Buick, GMC, Honda, and Subaru. Welcome to Sarah Champagne. We can handle all your car repairs on site, including paintless dent repair, bumpers, windshields, everything in between. We have an amazing selection of new or pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Shop from home and buy online or reserve your vehicle before it hits our website or dealership. Sarah Champagne is home of the Sarah One Price Promise, delivering an honest and transparent buying experience. Hurry in or shop online at sarahchampagne.com.
This is the Our Idea is Ready to Launch vision. This is the Create Great Jobs vision. This is the We Need More Space vision. This is Busey, where your business visions become realizations. Through securing